welcome. For this reading, we are checking in to see what your intuition is trying to tell you. So I set the intention, and it was coming through very strongly, that these messages first and foremost are coming from your star family. So it's more of like a galactic origin guidance that I was getting with this, just in case you needed confirmation about where these messages are coming from. So it's like messages your guides are sending you and that your intuition is picking up on, that you're either misinterpreting, or you could perhaps be missing the messages altogether. So I did pull some cards specifically for the end of the reading to see what signs and synchronicities they are sending you that you could be missing or misinterpreting. So yeah, anyhow, they were really clear that this is about, messages that are either being missed or misinterpreted. So let's get going. We have pile 1 with the clear quartz, pile 2 with the rose quartz, and pile 3 with the selenite. And I will put the timestamps in the description box. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the clear quartz, this is your reading. Let's see what your intuition is trying to tell you. So we have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. And we have the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. And then we also have activated earth, power places, ley lines, and trust where you're led. Okay, so I am getting specifically that this first message is for those of you who are ignoring intuitive messages that you're getting. You could be doing this intentionally, or just kind of like seeing the message or feeling the message and kind of being like, I'll deal with that later. That's coming through really strongly. Everyone does that from time to time, but it's coming through very specifically. There's something here about trust, trusting in your own intuition, understanding that the messages that you're getting are accurate. You need to pay attention to that. And I'm also getting a message here that this could be centered around boundaries you need to set with other people. It could be something that is really uncomfortable for you, like you feel uncomfortable setting boundaries perhaps with a particular person, or something else that's coming through about boundaries. It could even be with work. Like you could have a job that you have a hard time saying no to them when they ask you to like stay late or come in early, but really it's taxing on your physical health in a way, because you're having to like give more of your time and energy than you need to be. But you could have a hard time saying no about that as well. Or like the extra money could be nice, so you don't mind staying late, but it's taking a toll on your energy is what I'm getting. I'm getting this energy of being a little bit burnt out and needing a refresh, which is kind of what I'm getting here with the golden children. I'm getting this as like the inner child is actually screaming for your attention right now, because the inner child wants to take time out to play. And there's a lot of focus being put towards financial security and how we're going to make enough money to, make our lives more comfortable in that way. But there's something missing here about like play, taking time out for self, something like that. And they are bringing through the message really strongly that they understand. They know that like there are earthly things that need to be attended to, especially on this planet right now with the way that the financial system is. Like they're well aware that those things are very important, but they want you to take a time out and make sure that you're not overcommitting yourself and you're leaving enough time for you to connect not only to your inner child, but also just to your guides in general and your own intuition. Because they're showing me like, they're saying firing on all cylinders. So you could find that you're just kind of like burning the candle at both ends, right? To do whatever it is you need to do. This could be about like working more than one job. I'm just seeing someone, especially with the weight of the world here, who's taking on too much, and they're being guided to let go. That's what your intuition is asking for you to do right now. It's like you can see she's kind of surrendered here in this bath, right? and she's letting go, and they're asking for you to try and clear time for you and to recharge yourself. I'm getting this very like cozy, snuggled up on the couch with a blanket and a book, like just doing whatever you need to do right now to make yourself feel more comfortable in your physical body and recharge your energy, because your inner child needs some attention as well. But like there's a message here definitely about you need a big reboot when it comes to your energy and how you are, you know, committing to things or how much you're taking on. Now, when I was setting up the piles, I don't look at the cards before I do the reading, but this Weight of the World card had flipped over. And I got a strong message with it when that happened, that this was also about, hold on, sometimes I like have the message right there and then it kind of fades. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's it. This can also be energy that you're taking on from other people as well. So like this doesn't have to be you that's always overcommitting. You could be connected to someone who is constantly overcommitting themselves, and then they're coming to you for help and you're taking on some of their load for them. But there needs to be a boundary in place with whoever this message is for this person. Because it's draining on your energy and they want you to focus on you. So if that makes sense to you, I would put up some form of a boundary with that person and just remind yourself that it's okay to say no. It's okay to do what you want to do, right? It's okay to say no to people when they're asking for help, if we don't have it in us to give at that moment. Okay, you also have the Earth Star chakra. And it says initiation. Yeah. You could really feel at this time that you're getting, I just heard insane. I was going to say extreme, but I heard insane spiritual activation. So you could be getting a lot of downloads of information, which is another reason they want you to take time out, because they want you to process the messages that they're bringing through for you so that you can focus on that more intently. Because if you're constantly surrounded with other people and have a full schedule and you're not taking time out for integration of all these energies, then it's going to create more of like, I'm seeing like a cycle of like chaos, right? Because you'll have all of these energy activations within your field that need to be integrated and grounded. But if there's no way to ground that energy, right, it will kind of create this like vortex of chaos where everything is feeling like a little too much. You could even feel like you have some anxiety with this as well. Let's see. Yeah, I would work on grounding into your Earth Star chakra. I would look up meditations for the Earth Star chakra, as well as like different frequencies connected to that chakra to ground you back down to the earth. Because it's all about like, you know, there's a lot of messages coming through about security and feeling overworked, overburdened. And some of that just needs to be released from your field for you to feel more clear. So if you've been feeling like things are stagnant, nothing's really moving, or there's just too much going on right now for you to handle, I would just make sure that you're very grounded and that you're connecting yourself back to your Earth Star. We also have Realm Bridger. And we have the Crown Chakra. So it's interesting that we have the crown and the Earth Star, right? Because the crown is at the top of our head and the Earth Star is below our feet. And then we have the Realm Bridger in between. And I'm seeing this as like a bridging of these two energies that needs to happen right now. So that is another message coming through, that your intuition is trying to tell you that there's something out of alignment within your chakra system. And you need to bridge the energies from your crown down to your Earth Star. I'm getting like a very overactive crown chakra where there's a lot of spiritual information coming through, but there's not really anywhere for it to go because it's just like you're not grounding it properly, is how that's coming through. So I would definitely recommend energy work for this if that's something you feel like you're in need of at this time. I am a Reiki practitioner if you're interested. My website is in the description box, but you could also search YouTube and find a Reiki practitioner that you like and go through each chakra one at a time. I would start with the Earth Star because this is the most grounding, and work your way up through the chakra system. And then perhaps do the Earth Star again after everything is cleared and balanced, because there's just something out of alignment here, and it needs to be, right now they're asking for you to completely bring your chakra system back into alignment. So also, if you work with crystals, I'm getting a message here about working with crystals for each chakra, like doing one at a time. The Earth Star, I'm seeing specifically like lava rock or obsidian. And the crown, I'm seeing like a clear quartz or an apophyllite, like similar to this one that's sitting here. So yeah, something like very white, bright, or clear for the crown, and something very heavy and dense and thick for the Earth Star, because it's a grounding energy that you're working with here. So all right, let's get a message here about what signs, symbols, and synchronicities your guides are sending you that you might be missing or misinterpreting. So here we have stepping stones, and I'm getting rocks. Like they could be sending you different rocks, or you could have, this could be tied into the crystal message that I just got as well. But I was seeing like little river rocks when I pulled this card out just now. I was seeing like little pebbles, like from the river or something. So you might want to, if you have a river near you, you might want to go and see if there are any rocks that stand out to you, because they might want you to work with that. But that's also a very grounding force here. On this card, we also have the pink lotus. What else? We have the ocean, or, you know, like, again, it looks kind of like a river to me because it's going through these hills here, right? I'm seeing a unicorn here as well, so that could be a sign or symbol that they're sending you. And then here with the Arise card, we have dolphins, so keep an eye out for dolphin synchronicities. That's all I'm getting off of this card. There's also butterflies here at the bottom, but I'm primarily being drawn towards the dolphins. So keep an eye out for dolphin synchronicities here. You have Cosmic Heart Source. I'm getting these colors, like they might be sending you these colors in synchronicity, and it's because they want you to work with these colors. I'm getting like a very Andromedan energy from this, actually. So it's coming through to me like you could have Andromedan guides that work with you, but it's coming through like a rainbow light activation. And when they're sending you these energies, you might be, you know, seeing a lot of these colors, like the pastel pink, purple, really light yellows, and a lot of white as well. We have storm. So any storm symbology, specifically lightning strikes, thunder, yeah, like something super stormy. You could have a lot of storms in your area, and they could be communicating to you through the weather as well. Guides will do that when we're not paying attention, right? Sometimes they'll throw in a storm into our path so that we have to slow down and kind of wait for the weather to calm before we can like go back out into the world. That happens to me a lot. My road floods. So sometimes it's like, you know, I can't make it to work because I have a flooded road or something like that. So they could be, when you need to take a break, they could be throwing up some weather circumstances that prevent you from going about your day the way you were planning. Okay, and we have Way of Pearls. Again, I'm getting dolphins here, but I'm also getting like tiaras, or like those headbands that have the crystals on them. I don't know what they're called, to be honest, but I'm getting that. It's like, I guess I would just call it a tiara, but I'm seeing specifically with like the bigger crystals on them. I know I've seen them in weddings before. It could be like a diadem, maybe something like that, but it's coming through strongly. Pearls as well. We also have pearls here on this card, but I'm getting butterflies once again, and I'm getting fairies here for you. So also that purple and pink color came up at the bottom again here. So I do feel like there's a big message with that. And also with cosmic heart source here, they could be communicating to you through cosmic symbology or through hearts as well. Like if you're seeing a lot of heart symbolism, that could be coming up for you as well. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it here, pile 1. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know if it resonated with you, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the rose quartz, this is your pile. Let's see what your intuition is trying to tell you. You have perspective, zoom out, none of this matters, common ground. You have you are not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And you have earthed. Learn how to be human in the world, but not of it. Interesting. I'm getting an interesting message here. So this is about people pleasing. Your guides want you to cut that out. I'm actually seeing this earthed card here is like she's being protected from others and from their influence because they want you to be yourself. They want you to tune into your authenticity. If you have people-pleasing tendencies, they want you to find a way to let go of that. There's a big clearing, big ego clearing here when it comes to other people. I am getting this energy that they want you right now only focused on yourself and what you can control, not other people or how they are influencing you at this time. So, I mean, they're not saying, right, like ignore everyone and just go be a hermit. They're saying specifically it's when it comes to people who kind of exert their own thoughts, opinions, beliefs onto you and like project those things onto you. They want you to set a boundary with those people because you have your own path, and part of that involves clearing this tendency to surround ourselves with people who kind of, exert their influence over us, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a solitude energy. They're asking you to take a step back. This could be with regard to one particular person. This could be with regard to coworkers. I mean, it's going to be different for every single one of you. You will have to do your own soul searching with that and, use your own discernment. Like, I'm not saying cut everyone off. This is specifically people who you might have already been picking up, right? Because this is about what is your intuition trying to tell you. So you probably already know what this is, and you've just been delaying the process of cutting this off. Okay. So we have the sound of the universe. We have air with paradigm shift. And you also have new blueprints. Yeah, this is a big shift. There are new things, new people, new adventures on your path that they want you to experience. And if you're too focused on everyone else, you're going to miss out on some opportunities here. So, this could even be if you're in a relationship and you've known for a long time that it's just not working for you and your intuition has been trying to tell you that there's something better. This could be like your confirmation that that's what they're trying to tell you, because this feels like a huge shift. All three of these cards have like some kind of a star above the head, and I'm seeing that as like these are messages that you've been getting kind of repetitively. And it's almost like with the sound of the universe here, it's like this tuning it out because we don't want to hear it. And I'm sorry for this message, guys. This is not coming from me. This is coming from your guides, right? So if it doesn't resonate, then definitely don't take this on. But it's very specific here. It's like someone that's been like kind of tuning out the parts and the messages of our intuition that we don't want to hear. And even here, I'm seeing like all these eyeballs kind of watching her, and she's sitting here in her own energy. And that's kind of what they want you to do, like tune out everything else and focus just on yourself to get you into alignment. Because you have big things coming with this paradigm shift and new blueprints. When I was pulling the cards, I typically don't look at the cards that I'm pulling into the piles, you know, but every once in a while they flip over or I catch sight of one. And this new blueprints card was actually on the bottom of the deck that I pulled these from. And I knew that that card was going to come out in a pile because it had such a strong energy to it that I was picking up on. I knew it would be in one of the piles and it felt big. So whatever these changes are, they're preparing you for, they're big. And, you know, they want you to be as clear as possible and as strongly seated in your power as possible is how this is coming through as well. So that's why if you feel like you've been going through a lot of lessons and you feel like your manifestations are coming and you're wondering where they are, you know, this is it, because you need to learn this lesson first about who to let in and who to walk away from. This could also be work situations, right? It doesn't have to be a specific person. It could be like staying at the wrong job too long because we're comfortable, or, you know, getting ideas for things that they want us to create and then not doing it because we have a fear of like putting ourselves out there doing something different. But you're meant to transform and transmute these energies and move forward because there are really big things waiting for you, but it's on the other side of your comfort zone is how it's coming through. So let's get you some signs and synchronicities that you could be missing or you could be misinterpreting if you've been seeing them already. So we have the Phoenix here, and it says joy of life, trust, open your hands, share, and let go. So they could be sending you imagery with cups. You could be pulling a lot of cups cards from the tarot deck if you read tarot. But I'm also getting like this bird here as a phoenix that they're sending you as like a symbol. And again, that is like a big shifting energy, right? Because that is all about like breaking down barriers, getting out of the comfort zone, and rising from the ashes of everything that we've transcended. So you have dolphins. Pile 1 also had dolphins. There could be additional messages for you there. And it says play. It's okay to relax, smile again, and share your flow. Yeah, this is really interesting because you have 2 cards here about joy and celebration, and this is the energy that they want you in to receive whatever's coming next. And I'm feeling like this is such a different energy here that there are just things that need to be let go of before we can fully experience this, right? Because if we're in like a more heavy, dense energy, or we're surrounded by people that have more of a heavy, dense energy, it can be tricky for us to like rise up into this energy. You also have elders. I'm getting the elephant as a symbol and also the whale. It says spiritual mentoring, equality, stability, wisdom, experience, and counsels. So there could be a mentor meant to come into your life, or you could be even a mentor for someone coming up here. It feels like this is something being very guided by your ancestors. And so I feel like that is something coming in for you after this is let go of, after you rise up into this new energy here. You also have blue ray being. It says direct divine expression, bridge between dimensions. I'm getting a lot of, they could be sending you a lot of cosmic symbology, or even like blue, the color blue, blue rays. Like you could consider yourself a blue ray being, you know, but they're sending you a lot of this beautiful color blue. And I'm getting it also tied into the third eye. Like they're sending you messages through your third eye. You could resonate with being clairvoyant, for sure, because I'm getting a lot of visual symbology that they're sending you, but it's to do with your third eye, and it's in this beautiful blue color. You also had the blueprints card, right? So there's also sacred geometry here. So keep an eye out for different sacred geometry symbols as well. And then your last card you have here is Awakening. And it says, know who you are, DNA activation. This confirms everything that came out in the reading, honestly, the know who you are, because that's kind of what's coming through, right? They want you in your authenticity to receive and to rise up into this next phase. And I'm getting that really strongly here. You have a pyramid down at the bottom. You also have the colors orange, yellow, purple, and blue again. So they could be sending you different colors for synchronicities. Pay attention, because I'm getting that when they send you different colors at different times, it's tying into a specific message involving the colors. So for example, if it's yellow, it could be tied into solar plexus energy, like willpower, strength, being your own support system. If they're sending you red, it could be tied into stability. They're sending you green, it could be connected to matters of the heart, something like that. So definitely pay attention. I would start journaling when you're getting different messages, because it feels like you are probably very psychic and getting downloads from spirit constantly. And it's easy to kind of forget about certain messages if we're not writing it down. So I would recommend just writing down when messages come in, and then you can also reference it later, like starting a diary of the different signs and symbols that are coming through for you, and then kind of making like a journal where you can decode those symbols, right? Like, okay, I saw this symbol this amount of times, or this color this amount of times, and then this happened, right? So you can kind of tie it together. I did just see 1111 on the timer too. So you could also be seeing 1111. 1111 is an awakening code. That is a spiritual download code that they send. So very interesting, pile 2. Please do let me know how this resonates, but I'm going to leave it here for you. Wishing you the best, and take care. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the selenite, this is your reading. Let's see what your intuition is trying to tell you. So you have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. You have a new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision. You have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. I'm getting your intuition is trying to get you to put something that you have been getting downloads about into action, and it's for the higher good of the collective. I'm getting here with fall into my arms. They want you to surrender into this. So I'm getting someone that's like very psychic, very in tune with their intuition, and their guides have been giving them a project that they want them to put into action, put out into the world. And when it comes to that project, for some reason, it's like a little too far out of the comfort zone. And so there's a lot of, I don't want to say procrastination necessarily, because it'll be different from all of you, but I'm getting like a failure to launch kind of energy. It's like, you know what they want you to do, you know, you have a plan for it, it's all like right there ready to go, but for some reason when it comes to actually like working on it or executing this, it's stalling out for some reason. And we do have, I wasn't going to read these cards yet, I was going to do these next, but we do have the sacral chakra here, and we'll get into that in a minute. But what I'm getting with the sacral chakra, I guess I could just put it right there, is that you need to do a little work on your sacral chakra. That's our creative energy, right? It says core of creation. And I'm also getting like a Kundalini energy. Like you could resonate with having a Kundalini activation right now. You could have gone through a Kundalini awakening. But there's something here that needs to be worked through with regard to the sacral chakra. Like there needs to be a clearing, activation, and some nurturing energies kind of like brought into the sacral. So if you do energy work, I would do a lot of focus on your own sacral chakra. But if you need support with that, I do offer Reiki. It's on my website, or you could find a practitioner, you know, that you resonate with to help you. So there are plenty of videos on YouTube as well. Luna Nate is amazing. So, you know, there are so many Reiki channels out there, but I would put a big focus right now on your sacral if you're feeling blocked, because this feels almost like writer's block. Like you have the whole plan. All you need to do is like do the final steps for it or release it out into the world. And there's something that's just being like sat on a little bit. And I'm also getting here this energy of home. And I'm kind of getting two different messages, so I'll break them down separately. But the first message tied into what I was saying about like the sacral chakra and needing to launch something in this project, whatever it is. It's very close to your heart. It's something that is like very near and dear to you. And I'm getting that might be part of the hesitancy, because it's like when we're vulnerable and we're releasing like something that is so close to our heart space, you know, it can be a little scary because we don't know how it's going to be received to other people. And we don't really want to give other people the opportunity to put their 2 cents in about what we're working on, because it's so near and dear to our heart, right? It's hard to like let it be seen by others. But I'm getting with the third eye here, and it says pineal perspective, that this is a download from spirit, and they want you to take this and run with it, because, you know, like they want you to kind of let go of that fear of like what other people are going to think, or, you know, it might be a little out there, like what I do, right? It's like I do starseed readings and channel messages, from galactic beings, right? That might be super crazy to some people, and let me tell you, it is, right? Like some people just can't handle that. But it's like with this, it could be something similar, or it could be something similar to that situation, right? Where it's like, oh, do I really want to put this out into the world? Like, you know, it's very near and dear to my heart. How's it going to feel if other people don't receive it well? And you're being encouraged to do it. So that is what your intuition is trying to tell you. I don't really feel like anything else is coming through. So we're just going to read. Oh, the other message about home I was getting before we move on is that you could also resonate with like, you know, feeling like you're not at home on Earth. And this project, whatever this is going to anchor you back. Like it's going to relieve the feeling of homesickness, right? It's going to assist you to like really build home for yourself on this planet. And that starts with your heart space as well. So there's something connected to whatever this is that is very connected to, I'm getting like home star or home planet energy as well. It's very connected to like your home among the stars is how it's coming through. And so you anchoring those energies here on Earth is something that they're strongly encouraging you to do. So, okay, these are your signs and synchronicities that they're sending you that you could be missing, like not seeing or misinterpreting. So we have breathe the sun. And it says presence, pineal activation, relax and let go. You have pineal activation and pineal perspective and pineal activation. So definitely connected to your psychic abilities. I'm feeling that so strongly here. It's something very psychic that you've been given to work on. But for the sign and synchronicity, I'm getting the sun. So you could be seeing like sun symbolism. Also, I'm getting the sea turtle here as well. We have creation, unique expression, flow of creation, joyfulness. That is very connected. Like, I love how these cards are lining up with the message that came through for your reading, because I pulled these specifically just for signs and symbols, but it's actually giving you additional encouragement for whatever this is. And if this reading isn't resonating with you, please choose a different pile or a different reading, because this feels very specific for someone who needs this message. And so if it's not your message, don't make it fit. But I'm seeing like a lightning bolt here. I did get lightning bolt in another pile. I'm also getting like different statues that have this type of face on them. You could be at an art museum. I'm seeing an art museum and like statues that have very specific facial features. So it doesn't have to be exactly the one that's on this card, but you could resonate with seeing a very specific synchronicity that keeps coming up for you with regard to a specific style of statue is how it's coming through. We have Heart of Ascension, expansion, love for all, playfulness, release the past. This card doesn't have a dove on it, but I'm getting a dove. So you could be seeing doves as synchronicities. And then I'm also getting hearts, like all different shapes, sizes, and colors of hearts coming up for you as synchronicities. Interesting. And that's coming through as like, oh, there's a heart on this next card too. Yeah, I'm getting it's like they're coming up over and over and over again. You're starting to wonder why you're seeing so many heart synchronicities, something like that. But it's coming from your guides and they're just giving you the gentle encouragement, letting you know that they're here. That's why that keeps coming up for you. But we have a heart here as well. It says, observe, loving eyes see all, equanimity, see the truth, and step back. So I'm getting for sure owl symbolism. That is again connected to the third eye as well. It's connected to wisdom, ancestors, like it's connected to intuition. Owls are travelers that go between realms and bring through information from other realms. And so I'm getting strongly that yeah, this is just whatever this is, you know what it is already. That's why it's what your intuition is trying to tell you and nudge you towards. That's how it feels for this pile. It's like something you're being nudged to do that you're not acting on. Yeah, very interesting. And if you need this, like it feels to me like if this reading is resonating with you, but you're kind of like, but I don't know where to start, this message might be for you in the future, because this to me feels like someone that already has the steps of what they need to do. It's not someone who's waiting for the guidance. It's someone who has already the guidance and the steps of how to get there. They're just not quite taking the leap of faith to like put it out into the world yet. So I hope that that helps. I'm going to leave it here, but pile 3, this was a really beautiful reading. Please let me know how it resonates, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care.